Hello folks, hope you're doing well. My name is Marc Gallagher. I am a musician based here in the UK, and I've done a recent overhaul of my pedal board and I love it, and I thought I would, after showing, all the pedals as I've currently set them, I wanted to do some individual deep dives on these pedals. And today we're looking at the Electro Harmonix Big Muff Tone Wicker. So this is easily my least favorite pedal on the board, and I still have it because I feel like I need to have a fuzz of some kind. I got this pedal on my birthday. I went to PMT, may that place rest in peace, in Manchester, and when I was there, I decided to treat myself because I was kind of lonely, and then I had a go of this and thought, oh, it's interesting. And I spent the 70 quid on a classic kind of sound. A Big Muff is a very famous sound. So, yeah, I got this, and I find, if not fuzz in general, I find the Big Muff sound a bit unruly. So, we're going to see how we get on with this, but I wanted to show you the various different kinds of ways of setting it. First thing we're going to look at is just the controls of this experiment, I guess. I'm going to be playing the Jet JS600 TGR that is loaned to me by Jet's distributor, Hal Leonard. Thank you very much to them. It's a S-type guitar. I'm going to let you know which pickups I'm in, because I think the muff sound really benefits being used on a bridge pickup mostly. We'll see. In terms of amps, I am going through the Fender Blues Junior and the Vox AC10. Here are the amp settings, and here is how I have mic'd those. I've also got a couple room mics at the back of the room to give a general picture as well, so you can imagine what it sounds like in my shoes, and I've mixed that all together. And I'm in my pedal board, but I've got no pedals on. No pedals on at all. Here is my clean sound going in to both of these amps. And here is how I've got the muff currently set. It's a lot. It is a lot going on there, and the Big Muff doesn't necessarily clean up like some other fuzzes can do. First thing I'm going to take a look at is just the main three knobs that we've got of the Electro Harmonix Big Muff. We've got the volume, we've got the tone, and we've got the sustain. So let's just firstly try and set the knobs about central and start playing about with the volume and see what happens. Absolutely not. Jesus fucking Christ. So, the first thing I like to usually do is just have the volume knob and set it at a place where it is around about unity gain. That's the first thing I'm going to do, is start messing about with the volume settings until it's about the same volume as when the pedal is disengaged. So let's do that first. Okay, so we have to push the volume a little bit more here. Obviously, I can adapt the volume settings when I change some of the other pedal settings, and we can go on from there. But that's where I usually like to start with a pedal. Now, let's take a look at the tone knob. This has two different tone filters going on. Like, one is high cut, one is a low cut. And it's some kind of permutation of the two. So here is our tone knob, and I'm going to start playing it, and then I'm going to start like changing the position and observing what happens. So it's a tone knob. It does what you expect a tone knob to do. It goes brighter in one direction, darker in another. And I found the tone, it got really brittle when you got to like 3 o'clock or higher. It sounded really biting. I didn't like it. And I didn't necessarily like some of the sounds like from 10 o'clock and below. So if I was to keep playing this, it would be around this sort of 2 o'clock range for the tone knob there. Maybe 3 o'clock. Obviously, I'm one guy playing on his own. If I was in a band, maybe I would want to cut through a bit more. But I'm just basing it on what I can hear right now. I kind of like the sound about 2 o'clock. And then lastly, in the knobs department, we've got the sustain here, which, let's see what happens. So the sustain kind of feels like it's a gain knob as well, and it's adding more gain, and obviously with more gain comes more volume, so I need to, you know, if I want to go with this higher gain stuff, then I want to bring the volume down. It's too much. It's too unruly. I can't. I just... just wild that like it sounds so loud, but then I take the pedal out and then it's just like, oh no, I'm still, going quieter in some ways. So now we've got this kind of general sort of tone vibe thing, which I still really struggle with in terms of making it work for me in the kind of music that I play. But we've got a couple of switches which give some extra tonal variance. So the first one I'm going to show you is real simple. It's the Wicker. Whatever the Wicker means, basically it adds a bunch of treble because the Big Muff can lose a lot of like top end, so the Wicker is a way of bringing it back in. Here is the pedal in without the Wicker. Wicker in. That's nice, but I think that in tandem with a tone knob, I think it can be a bit much. So I would want to maybe look at bringing the tone back and seeing if I can cancel out this overcorrection. So far, so good. I like that. I to and fro between whether I have the Wicker on or not, and I think it's mainly because of the use of the tone knob and how I like to have it. But I do think that when you put the Wicker on, you need to bring the tone back because otherwise it's going to be way too brittle. Speaking of the tone knob, here's the other thing about the Electro Harmonix Big Muff Tone Wicker, and it's this switch, which basically allows you to take the tone knob and its filters out of the circuit, and it gives this incredible sound. So, be warned, it's fucking loud. So, here are my current settings. Here's what I sound like right now. Tone off. Fucking hell. So yeah, the tone knob, when you take it out of the circuit, it makes the volume incredible and incredibly loud, so you have to compensate in other ways to make it comparable. So let's put the volume at 9 o'clock, see what happens. Tone knob in. I love that sound. I love the sound of the tone knob disengaged because it's so much more biting and hitting you in the face, and it doesn't sound filtered because there are no filters that are in play, and I love that. So yeah, try again. Take the Wicker out as well because that's giving a lot of top endness. I love that sound when you start to take the tone knob out of the equation. It gives you such a biting sound. Let's try bringing it in, bringing the volume up. Maybe the wicker up as well. And now back to the tone wicker. Offbeat, tone off. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I do like about this pedal, and it hits you in the face, and then you knock it back a bit, and then you find other ways to cancel it out, and it's a balancing act, and I feel like I'm fighting this pedal more than I fight any of the others on my board. But yeah, I want fuzz. I got fuzz, and I got it in the form of this bloody Big Muff, and now you know what it's like, and if you like fuzz more than I do, then you might like this pedal. Or not, I don't know. I'm not a fuzz guy, and... oh, but that was really fun. That was really fun. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching that video. I think that I've done basically everything I can do with the muff on its own. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought. If you've got any other recommendations on maybe fuzz pedals I could replace the Big Muff with, let me know. Because yeah, right, so thank you very much for watching. You can follow me on your favorite social media at Marc Gallagher Music, Marc with a C. You can also go to patreon.com/Marc Gallagher Music. You can, you know, send me money, and that gives you things like early access to videos and a few other perks. And yes, thank you so much. Until next time, my name is Marc Gallagher. Like the video if you want, share if you feel compelled to, and follow me on places. I'll catch you down the road.